I've never seen
mistaken.
a potato like that.
I haven't either. Do you train them to
Pretty
grow that
suggestive.
way? No, definitely.
Damn, potato. Calm down.
Dude. Welcome to the Blue Lounge Podcast. Come spend some time in our idiocy and feel better about yourself. Let's get started. Today we're going to go over a few scenarios of Am I the Asshole?
Okay. The answer is yes.
You're the asshole. That's what the answer is. So this is, am I the asshole for pointing out the historical inaccuracies of my girlfriend's erotic writing? My 23 male girlfriend, 20 female. He wrote that wrong. That should not say it that way. My 23 male girlfriend. So he's 23, she's 20. Let me use her old computer while mine is broken. And I found an old archive, the way he writes, written by her when she was 16. It was a long story about a maid in the antebellum South that has a romantic affair with a man of the house. It is not as overtly sexual as you may be thinking. It has sex mostly towards the end, but it's mostly romantic and very emotional. The maid is clearly meant to be a version of my girlfriend. Everything was fine for me until the part when they arrived to the train station. The maid wanted to leave because she couldn't bear for their romance to be hidden anymore. The man was following her to try and convince her to stay. The issue is that I found the general representation of the station and later in the story the trains themselves to be full of anachronisms.
I don't know how to see it.
Whatever. I'm a train enthusiast and know a lot about the history of rail transportation in the United States. So I talked to my girlfriend about it, but she got upset because she says I shouldn't have read it because it was personal from when she was a teenager. She was also mad that my reaction was something as superficial as the level of train accuracy. Am I the asshole?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
You think so?
I think one, you're snooping through things you shouldn't have been snooping through.
You can't say that whenever you get on someone else's computer, you don't like.
Well, I'm not saying that I
look
don't.
through files on occasion.
I'm not saying that I don't, but I mean, one, you're snooping through things you shouldn't be snooping through, and then two, you're critiquing her on something you probably shouldn't have read anyway.
I think it's okay. I don't think he's the asshole. I just think he's stupid for mentioning it. Because, I mean, it's trains, I guess, for a train enthusiast.
Did she know that he was a train enthusiast?
He doesn't say. I don't know. Probably.
He didn't want to bring it up.
Maybe. How do you know? I don't know. Are you going to critique someone's? Whenever he said historical inaccuracies, I kind of assumed he meant like wars or like something like that, not a train. Right. The train's not right.
That she had George Washington.
They had dart trains back then, not dart.
I would say like on level of asshole, like from 0 to 10, he's probably like a 3.
Okay, so low asshole. I'm assuming you're saying 10 is high and 1 is low. Yes, I can go with that. I mean, I don't know. I don't know that he's quite the asshole, but yeah.
It is kind of dick-ish.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess since it's just a train. Yeah, I guess since it's just a train. This next one is, am I the asshole for switching from non-dairy to dairy milk and inadvertently making my flatmate poop herself in an interview? I'm not lactose intolerant. I buy hazelnut milk because I like to have hazelnut syrup in my coffee, and adding hazelnut milk makes it even more nutty. She likes the nut. My flatmate is severely lactose intolerant, though, and has been drinking my milk ever since she moved in a few months ago. I don't have an issue sharing milk with her, but the issue is that she drinks so much of it all day, every day, that I'll get a single cup of coffee out of an entire carton. Sometimes she'll drink the entire carton before I've even had a single drink. I feel like this is premeditated.
Yeah.
This is already sounding premeditated. And then she never replaces it or refunds me or even acknowledges that it wasn't hers to drink. At some point, she stopped buying her own milk, and I was having to buy new milk daily. It's kind of sounding like she might be the asshole, but it's justified. I asked her many times why she was drinking my milk and said that if she does, can she just buy a new carton? And she would say sorry and that she just grabbed the first milk she saw and that she'd get me a new one but never would. She started getting annoyed when I brought it up and would say I was being overdramatic when I mentioned how much it was costing me. Last week, I got sick of it and decided to go back to drinking dairy milk, thinking, as she's severely lactose intolerant, she would stop and buy her own milk. I thought wrong. The dairy milk was clearly labeled. It has a bright red label on it that says cow's milk, but she still helped herself. Unfortunately, the day she decided to drink dairy milk was the day she had a new job interview, and the effects of the dairy-laced coffee she took with her kicked her in the ass. Literally. In the middle of her interview. Wait. Kicked in as she was in the middle of it. Yeah, in the middle of her interview. And she didn't make it in time, I guess, to the bathroom. She came home absolutely furious and laid into me about how I ruined her life, how this job was the opportunity she needed, and I destroyed it for her by being a selfish cunt, and that I did it deliberately because I was too uptight to share my milk.
Yeah, it's all your fault. I don't think he's being an asshole.
I was about to say, it's labeled.
Yeah.
She's the one that grabbed the milk and didn't read it, I guess.
If you actually had a conversation with her about stopping consuming it and she didn't listen, then you kind of brought that on yourself.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, I'm gonna go. If you're doing your level of assholishness, I mean, it was justified. I'm gonna go with like a 1 or a 2.
Yeah.
It was asshole move. She knew she would drink it.
Right.
I guess she thought she wouldn't, or she says she thought she wouldn't.
Yeah.
But it's pretty fucking funny.
Am I the asshole for wrapping my brother's Christmas present in an inappropriate shape? I went home for Christmas last week. Everyone in the family are adults. I have 2 brothers that are, apparently he's the middle. He's 24. His brothers are 22 and 26. And a sister who is the baby. So last year, my younger brother got me a gag gift. And it was pretty hilarious. He got me an Easy Bake Oven after I had a fire in my kitchen. That's pretty funny. That's a good joke.
It's a pretty good joke. He's not the asshole for
This
sure.
year I decided to get him back. So I bought a special edition of his favorite whiskey and Roku set, which he needed. I wrapped the whiskey bottle in the shape of a sex toy. Keep in mind, I coordinated this with my other siblings and they thought it was hilarious. Christmas Day comes and the big reveal happened. Everyone thought it was hilarious and couldn't stop laughing. My mom, however, pulled me to the side and chewed me out and said that was extremely inappropriate and that I need to grow up. Keep in mind, this was all adult celebration and gag gifts are pretty normal in our family. Am I the asshole?
No, absolutely not. Mom's an asshole.
Yeah, mom's, yeah. Mom
for yelling at you about it.
Lighten up a little bit.
Yeah, that's so funny. I mean, I think I would think that's a hilarious. Of course, your siblings are also going to say it's hilarious because they're not going to keep you from getting in trouble. They may know mom's going to flip the fuck out, but they don't care.
The Easy Bake
They're
Oven.
like, yes, you should definitely do that. It's going to either go one of 2 ways. Mom's going to freak out and it's still going to be funny, or you're just going to give it and it's going to be funny.
The level of mom freak out is what adds to
That's right.
No,
I don't think our mom would have, like, Nana wouldn't even freak out that much. She'd have just been like,
our mom would have just called us by our first and middle.
Yeah. So, am I the asshole for permanently deleting my girlfriend's Instagram? My girlfriend, 24 female, and I, 27 male, have been dating for 5 years now. I don't have any social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snap, nothing. I'm a private guy and I'm keeping my personal life to myself. That's rare in these social media times. My girlfriend, on the other hand, is obsessed with Instagram. She has over 800 photos posted on Instagram and is constantly scrolling through Instagram every waking moment she's not working or sleeping. She would rather spend time attention seeking from her 5,000 plus followers than spend some quality time with me. I confronted her a few times about this the last few years, and she always tells me she'll cut down on her Instagram usage, but she never does. Last week, she was using my laptop because her laptop was at the store and noticed she forgot to log out from her email. I did the forgot password thing and reset her password to log in. I Googled how to delete Instagram and followed the link and deleted the account. She woke up the next morning and started screaming and crying about how I permanently deleted her Instagram instead of deactivating it, and that I betrayed her trust, etc. Now she won't talk to me because she says she can't recover Instagram and her profile of 10 years is lost forever. I think she's being incredibly childish and throwing a tantrum over some random app. Am I the asshole?
Yes.
Absolutely. Definitely the asshole. Yeah.
I mean,
that's way worse than the first one of him reading his girlfriend's book.
That relationship was destined for a breakup anyway.
Yeah, it would have.
Yeah,
I mean, if you can't stand someone being on Instagram, and from the moment you're with them, you know that they're like a social media whore, then you can't don't get with people expecting them to change.
Break up with her.
An age-old tale.
Yeah, that's childish. I don't know. I would say that's. I don't know that it's a 10. I don't know what I would give a 10.
I feel like that's pretty high up there. Like
probably at least a 7.
Yeah, I would say like an 8.
An 8.
7, 8. Yeah, that's pretty high because he absolutely did that on purpose.
Right. Yeah. I do that.
Definitely. So, am I the asshole for giving my girlfriend's cat away?
Yes.
This is probably going to be a yes as well. My girlfriend and I have been seeing each other since we were 13. We're 20 now. She's had her cat for the duration of the relationship. I'm going to go ahead and say this now. I don't care for cats since I'm allergic to them, and hers was no exception. I'm not really an animal person in general, but if I were to get one, it wouldn't be a cat. They're disgusting and creep me out. Poor cats. They're not disgusting. My girlfriend and I moved in together at 18, and I was always under the impression that she would leave the cat with her parents since she knew how much I didn't like them. Long story short, cat came with her, and while I wasn't thrilled about it, I allowed it to stay under the conditions that it wouldn't sleep in our bed, wouldn't sit on the furniture, and wouldn't go in my office space. He does know it's a cat, right? You can't tell a cat not to do things.
You don't tell a cat anything. Leave messages.
You live in their house, basically. Over the course of the last 2 years, I would come home from work and my girlfriend would be chilling on the couch with the cat after I'd ask her not to. I'd get ready to climb into bed and there'd be a cat hair on the sheets. So I know she let it into the bedroom. Not to mention, she has what I feel like is an unhealthy obsession with this thing. She's constantly talking to and cooing at it like it's a person, and it drives me up a wall. For a while, I just slept in my office so I wouldn't have to deal with the itchy face and puffy eyeballs. With us being stuck at home now, it's even harder for me to have my own space. The straw that broke the camel's back was when I went into my office and found her cat sitting in the window. I've asked time and time again for her cat to stay out of my office, or out of my space, and I feel like she deliberately disrespects my wishes, so I found a walk-in surrender shelter today and dropped the cat off. I haven't told my girlfriend, and being that it's an indoor-outdoor cat, I hope she just thinks it ran away. I love my girlfriend, but Her cat was legitimately our only source of conflict. Now it's an even bigger source of conflict for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Definitely. I know you're not an animal person, really. Would you do something like that?
no. Cam or my wife had a cat when we first started dating, and she gave it to somebody else, but partially at my request. But it wasn't an issue. It wasn't a hill I was going to die on. Like if the cat comes, and the cat was to come.
Plus, you gotta understand cats. Dogs are trainable.
Right.
And I'm not saying cats aren't trainable. They're just
Right.
gonna go where they're gonna
This
go.
particular cat also had an issue with urinating on clothes and pillows, and like
Yeah.
yeah. So that was the straw for her to get rid of the cat was when it peed on her bed pillow where she puts her head.
He's angry with her. That's what that is.
Yeah. Well,
Cat, that's how cats express their anger. They pee on your shit.
That got him rehomed.
He could be angry at someone else's house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it wasn't a hill that I was going to die on. Like I've been in relationships with individuals that have an obsession with animals, and it's not me for me.
One in particular had a weird, gross obsession with her dog.
Very, very unhealthy obsession. But it is what it is.
I'm a dog person, and I found that excessive is all I'm saying.
Yeah. So, but you tolerate things when you feel like you want to be in the relationship.
That's true. Yeah. Unfortunately, I mean, you were with that person and knew since you were 13 she's had this cat.
Right.
You knew I guess that he had never spent time with her at her house. I mean, I get it. I would have assumed that he would ask her to leave it at the parents' house because he's allergic, but just up and getting rid of it. And if you want it to stay out of your office, keep the door closed, is all I'm saying. Because cats are going to be cats. Cat's cat,
Right. Am I the asshole for pretending to get fired whenever customers get a temper with me? I'm a high schooler with a weekend job at a coffee shop. My coworkers who work weekends are James, the owner's son, who goes to my school. He's a shift manager, but it's not a real formal thing. He's a friendly guy. Danielle, a college student who sometimes works weekends also. So sometimes customers come in and just be angry about such little stuff, like literally blow up about nothing. Don't know if they're in a bad mood already and looking for someone to take it out on or what, but it's a lot.
All right, guys usually pretty pliable when they nut. Nah.
Pliable when they know. Like how sad so you have to be. Like how sad.
I know the way some of these people are right. It's like, oh dear.
Have to be a grown ass man taking your anger out on high school kids. So James and I were joking about having a little fun with them and hopefully getting them off our backs. So one day I was at work and some guy having a temper about how we don't make the coffee hot enough, which I couldn't do a thing about because I gave it to him right out of the machine. So James came in and was like, "Sir, is there a problem here?" And the guy started ranting at him too. So he was just like, "OP, this is unacceptable. You're fired." There's like, okay. So I guess he just had James fire him right there on the spot. Okay. I started acting real sad, like, "No, please don't fire me. My family needs the money. Please,
little Timmy needs dinner.
Little Timmy needs dinner. He has no shoes.
He has no shoes.
He played up being a hard ass, telling me to take off my apron and leave. The angry guy started to backtrack, like, "It isn't that big of a problem. You don't need to fire him over it." I didn't mean it. And James was like, "No, we pride ourselves in the best customer service. Of course, after all the drama, I still had my job. We were just acting." And we've done it a couple of times whenever a customer loses their temper at Danielle or James or I. James will storm in and fire us. And almost every time the person had come in angry, will apologize and say that he didn't mean it. it's kind of satisfying. I agree. Like, I don't think I don't think it makes you an asshole at all. I mean, I think it's fucking hilarious.
It's pretty creative. It gets people to realize they shouldn't blow up about stupid shit, like the coffee being too cool.
Anyway, I was telling my friends from school about this, and a few of them thought it was a mean prank to let someone go away thinking they'd got someone fired who desperately needed the money. Yeah, I don't think it makes you an asshole. Some people deserve a dose of their own medicine.
I was about to say, I don't know that it makes you an asshole. It just, I don't know. People need to lighten up, so I feel like it would.
You can get angry. You can get happy in the same pants you got angry in.
Yeah, pretty much.
Get happy, please.
What the hell are poingy?
Little Timmy needs shoes.
Well, and if the person pleads for their job after, you can just be like, I won't fire them this time. So at least that way the people are.
Well, we've done a similar thing that whenever people call, with their complaint, one of us has had the same issue. Like, like they call saying that they have a fever or whatever. Like, oh yeah, I had a fever yesterday, and this is what I had to do about it. It's a similar issue where we just pretend like, oh, I have AIDS. Oh, I had AIDS yesterday.
Mine's gone. It went away just fine by itself.
I only had herpes the one time.
It went away by itself. I didn't even take any meds for it. I'm just curious about this one. It just says, am I the asshole for accidentally making my ex jealous with a potato that I posted a picture of?
Okay.
I know, right?
Let's hear what this is about.
Okay.
Was it shaped like a sex toy?
I'm going to say it probably was. Which is, potatoes be potatoing sometimes.
Damn, cool. Calm down, potato.
Okay. This story is ridiculous, but I have a group chat with a few friends on WhatsApp. We post dumb stuff that's related to inside jokes to make each other laugh as our profile pics on there sometimes. We are 30 female, my ex is 38 male. Anyway, we all used to work together in a restaurant, so have an inside joke about this weird cook who tried to flirt with us by finding potatoes and carrots that were shaped like a penis and put them between his legs as a joke. Extremely creepy, but it became a joke between us. So one of my friends, Annie, was having a bad day and we were trying to make her laugh. So my other friend, Jennifer, why would you put their name in there? Put a photo of a penis-shaped carrot as her profile pic, and I thought it was hilarious, so I did the same with a potato pic. Yes, I know. It's all very silly, but it was just a harmless joke to cheer up a friend, or so I thought. About an hour later, I got a message from my ex cursing me out and saying, good luck with the disgusting new penis and you're alive, you whore. Wow.
Wow.
That's a bit over dramatic. Yeah. I told him to calm down because it's not a penis and to mind his own business. He insisted that I was lying and continued to go off on me, saying that I posted it on purpose because I wanted him to see it. Which doesn't even make sense because I honestly had no clue he even used the app, and we haven't spoken for over a month. I told him that he should stop stalking me because he's embarrassing himself, and that I hope he knows he's jealous of a potato. Am I the asshole for posting?
No.
That even though it was just meant as a joke between my friends?
No.
No. Funny though.
No, it's funny. I mean, you need to get over yourself. Dude.
No kidding. Especially if you're jealous of a potato. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even talk to you, motherfucker.
Would you mistake a potato for a penis? I mean,
it happens often that I'm reaching around in the pantry and grab out a penis. I mean, a potato. No, I wouldn't mistake it.
I mean, the picture it shows, those are funny.
That one looks like a finger, and that one is.
I was going to say one of those looks pretty penis-like. That's. Yeah. I mean, it could be
I've
mistaken.
I've never seen a potato like that.
I haven't either. Do you train them to
pretty
grow that
suggestive.
way? No, definitely.
Damn, potato, calm down.
Do you train them that way?
He's got a simi.
He does. Potato's excited. He's like, cook me.
No, I don't think she's the asshole at all.
Have you ever had the question of whether you're an asshole or not?
Have I ever?
Yeah. Have you ever wondered, am I the asshole for whatever you did in a situation?
I guess anybody who's in a moment of self-reflection wonders if you went overboard on something.
Have you ever pranked anybody and thought, was that an asshole move or was it okay?
Not that I can recall off the top of my head. I
mean, you guys don't prank each other at the...
No, we do. And we do it all the time. And it's
of course, between guys, it's not.
Well, yeah, but they're just like anything. There's boundaries. Like
that's true.
Like there's stories in other related industries where there was an instance of some frozen chorizo that was used.
That's funny.
Yeah. And no, we've never done anything like that.
I was about to say we amputated a limb one time and it was around Thanksgiving and we wrapped it in foil in the fridge.
Yeah.
and one of the girls was like asking one of the other technicians was like, hey, I brought some turkey and I don't want it. It's in the fridge. If you want it, you can have it. And he was like, oh, cool. And he went and grabbed it and he started unwrapping it. And it was like, what? Because it was still wrapped in like vet wrap and stuff.
Right.
So he was like, what is this? And then he finishes opening. He's like, oh my God.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
No. I mean, in the medical industry, you have to laugh at what you got. So you use amputated limbs to prank people, among other things.
Yeah. I mean, I can't think of any specific instance where I thought maybe I was the asshole. I mean, I'm sure there's been plenty where I'm like, probably.
I'm an innocent
done that
person. I know I've never been an asshole. I'm super, super nice, and I don't know. I can't really finish the sentence because I know I'm an asshole sometimes.
Sometimes. But it's okay to be an asshole sometimes. I'm the asshole for forcing my guests to move into a hotel after they refused to use a bidet. I don't feel like I want to read that one.
Yeah, very, very few on the poop ones. We don't.
Right.
Probably should have used the bidet. So probably not the asshole on that one.
Well, thank you for joining us in our idiocy, especially this idiot over here.
We are pretty idiotic. We. No, you more than me. We're Phaleon and Binks of the Blue Lounge podcast. That's our show, and thank you for spending time with us. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow us on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Until next time.